I'm here at Commonwealth Golf Club with the course manager, John Mann. John, what a fantastic golf course.
Thanks, Andrew. The 8th hole here at Commonwealth is synonymous with strategy and the look of Commonwealth Golf Club. We've got a large tilted green to favour an approach from one side of the fairway. Big cavernous bunkers flanked by native vegetation. It really is, it's our best green site, and also has a wonderful vista of our pretty impressive clubhouse as well. So
I think personally, having played the course and filmed it all week, this hole in particular is synonymous with Commonwealth, isn't it?
Absolutely, it's our best piece of land. It's certainly our best green site, and synonymous not just with Commonwealth but with Sandbelt golf in general, I think, Andrew.
So native vegetation is very common on the Sandbelt, and I noticed over the last few months, and you were mentioning earlier, the last few years, it's been a real focus here at Commonwealth.
Absolutely. So I've only been here for 12 months myself, but it was a real focus from the club from probably 5 or 6 years ago. A lot of the native vegetation on the Sandbelt and at Commonwealth was lost with a bit of a parkland-looking, irrigated, mown golf course style of presentation. It's been a real focus, as I mentioned, over the past 5 or 6 years, and will continue to be for the club as part of a master plan, not just about the vegetation, but also strengthening some of our weaker holes. Looking at design changes and potential grassing strategies to take us forward, and also to make us a world-class facility.
Well, personally, as a golfer, I think you're already a world-class facility, but in your mind, what makes a world-class facility? And obviously being on the Sandbelt, it gives you a bit of a head start, but for a lot of golfers who haven't been here on the Sandbelt, they don't really know why it's so famous. So what makes a world-class golf course, and why is the Sandbelt so famous for golf?
The Sandbelt's so famous for golf, its bunkering is really, really unique. The size, the shapes, and the style of sand that we have on the Sandbelt. We're really fortunate to have a fine, sort of firmish sand, which not only gives you some firm sand bunker play, but also some firm surfaces, and that's what Sandbelt golf courses are synonymous with. Short game around the greens. I mean, the Sandbelt clubs are not overly long. They'll certainly test all parts of your game, but if you miss the green in the wrong spot, if you miss in a bunker, and your short game's really, really tested. So it's not necessarily length, it's strategy and short game around the greens that is really, really Sandbelt strategy. Sandbelt playability for me is firm, fast greens. Again, penalising missing on the wrong side of the hole, missing in a bunker on the short side. And thinking about your approach shot and having to land the ball sometimes shorter than you would like to be able to run your golf ball up.
Absolutely, I've definitely experienced that in my time. And as a world-class golf club and course, what are you aspiring to bring that even higher?
Well, look, we've got some weaker holes on the property that were changed some time ago due to various issues. We're a bit landlocked, as all the Sandbelt clubs are now. Suburbia seems to be encroaching on us. We've got issues with boundaries, and we're looking at strengthening some of those weaker holes and also resolving some of those boundary issues and congestion issues that we're having throughout the golf course. So I think if we can free up some room, and that will help us strengthen our layout.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, they're not always long holes, but you've certainly used the space very well, haven't you?
Absolutely.
The way it's all fitting in around Suburbia
the 5th
here.
and the 13th and the 4th and the 14th. I mean, I talk about Sandbelt clubs looking very similar, but we're quite unique in that regard. We've got 2 joint surround areas that you probably don't see anywhere else on the Sandbelt, and they're a great feature. You do feel like you're very close to the people putting out in the green next to you, so they're a nice point of difference for us here at Commonwealth.
What's your favourite hole other than the 8th? I mean, obviously 5 and 13 as a combo is pretty good, isn't it?
Pretty cool green site there. I mean, I say the 8th is my favourite hole. I don't like playing it. It's way too difficult for someone of my ability, but probably the 14th hole. I think, again, if you talk about Sandbelt strategy, short holes and short par 4s in particular are synonymous with Sandbelt strategy. So I really like the 14th hole. You have a pretty short hole, really, 320 metres.
Yeah.
A green with very little depth, but tilts on almost a 90-degree angle to where you're coming in from the fairway with a bunker, one simple bunker at the front.
Yeah.
And if you miss either way, it's a really, really difficult up and down to make par. So that would probably be my favourite hole to play, I think, the 14th.
Absolutely. So again, short game's paramount, but as a player overall, what would you recommend when they're playing here?
Bring your short game. Bring your short game and keep yourself under the hole would be my 2 pieces of advice.
Thanks for coming on Golf Getaway, John.
No problem, Andrew. Thanks very much.